Jwhackers, Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For today's video, I have my weekly weigh-in, my health journey check-in for week 7, I think is where we are in this journey. And it was a pretty good week. So if you watched my last update, you will know that I had quite a difficult week the week previous. I had struggled a lot with some stressful things. I definitely kind of lost control when it came to my diet, but I'm happy to say that this past week was much better in that aspect. So last week when I checked in with you, my weight was up. I wasn't feeling too discouraged though, because I knew that, number one, it most likely was not fat that I gained. It was mostly water weight. And number two, I was giving myself grace because this journey is, you know, it's going to take a long time. There's going to be ups and downs. Something that I've noticed in this journey so far is that it's going slower than it has in previous instances where I tried to lose weight. In the past, I've been able to drop large amounts of weight fairly quickly, but the problem is that I always gain it back. So this time around, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to eat a little bit more. I didn't want to cut myself down to 1,200 calories and be unhappy and be miserable. So I've been eating a little bit more. Things are going a little bit slower. There's a lot of ups and downs, but ultimately I'm okay with that as long as the overall trend is downward motion on the scale, and you know, it's something that I can stick with without being miserable. Those are kind of my goals. So when I checked in with you last week, Friday the 3rd was kind of my weigh-in day is Friday. I don't know if I've actually ever mentioned that. I weigh in every day, but I stick with Friday as like my official weigh-in day. So on Friday the 3rd, I was 276 pounds. So my weight had gone back up. Prior to that weigh-in, I had been 272. So I had gained like 4 pounds. Not great, but I knew that it wasn't fat, most likely. It was mostly water weight. And when I weighed in this last week on the 10th, I was back down to 271.6. So yes, I was able to drop all that weight plus a little bit more. I had a new lowest weight, 271.6, and I was feeling really, really good about that. So I was able to stick to my diet fairly easily. I've been eating between like 1,400 and 1,800 calories. I know that seems like a huge window, but sometimes I eat a little bit more, sometimes I eat a little bit less. Just kind of trying to average out to around 1,600 calories per day. It's been working. I've been losing the weight, maybe not as rapidly as if I were doing 1,200 calories a day, but if I start at 1,200 calories, I have nowhere to go from there, right? Like, if I'm chugging along, losing weight, 1,200 calories a day, and then my weight loss stops, then what do I do? Other than raising my activity, which obviously would be an option, I didn't feel like it made sense to be hungry and unhappy all the time just to lose the weight. You know, if it takes me longer to lose this weight, well, it certainly didn't take me 6 months to put it on, so I'm okay with that. You know, if it takes me a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it takes, if it's more sustainable, if it's something I can stick to. I've still been trying to focus mostly on whole foods, not a lot of processed things, and that's really helped, I feel like. It makes grocery shopping for sure easier when I'm not going up and down every single aisle. I'm able to just like pretty much shop the perimeter of the store. And I'm not perfect. I'm still definitely eating man-made things, right? Like my favorite little snack are those pretzel crisps, I think they're called. Love those. I'm not going to give those up entirely. But 95% of my diet right now has been, you know, meat and vegetables, high protein like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, that sort of thing, salads, and then just a few odds and ends on top of it. I definitely am not giving up my coffee with half and half, and it's a pretty big part of my calories every day. You know, I'm using like 160 calories worth of half and half every day. Would I like to get down lower than that and use less? Yes, but I'm not there yet. So giving myself a lot of grace, feeling really good this past week. And I'm excited to keep going. And that is what's most important. If I was eating 1,200 calories, would I have lost more than, what are we at, 16 pounds or whatever now, by now? Probably, but would I be happy? Would I be satiated? Or would I be hungry and miserable and grouchy and not want to have anyone around me? Also probably. So, some of you have asked me how I've been doing in terms of the like keto flu symptoms I was having before, if that has resolved itself now. If this is your first video watching, I started out this journey going super low carb, and I had some very nasty side effects, heart palpitations, anxiety. I think that ketosis did not agree with me. And while I've said it before, while I feel like if I had pushed through that feeling, maybe it would have gone away, it just wasn't worth it for me to feel that way. Since then, all of those things have resolved themselves. I haven't had any issues with heart palpitations or anything like that. I do have an appointment with a cardiologist, though, just to get checked out. If you don't know, I was recently, within the last year, diagnosed with sarcoidosis, and I have symptoms that manifest itself in my skin and in my lungs. I've not had, I don't think, symptoms of cardiac sarcoidosis, but with the heart palpitations I was having and that sort of thing, my doctor and I agreed that I should get checked out by a cardiologist just to be on the safe side. So I do have that appointment this week. So I'm interested to see how that goes, and hopefully that doctor will give me the all clear. But I do not have any intention of going back to super low carb, like ketosis, whatsoever. I'm keeping my carbs low because I'm eating mostly like meats and vegetables and things. But when I am eating, and when I am having carbs, it's coming from like, you know, my vegetables, my salads, that sort of thing. Not having a ton of like sugar, still trying to steer clear of that because we've discussed before, I can't handle sugar. I am not capable of controlling myself around it. I'm very much a sugar addict, so I've been trying to limit sweets, and also been trying to eliminate like a lot of carby like crackers and chips and stuff, having some of those things because I don't have the self-control issues with those like I do with, say, cookies or brownies or ho-hos or whatever. Definitely my sweet tooth is the part of my self that I have a hard time controlling. It's not so much with like chips and that sort of thing, but still I'm trying not to have too many of those things. So I'm staying right around, well, I don't know exactly because I haven't really been tracking, but I know I'm staying under 150 carbohydrates a day. And I'm getting the majority of my diet is like healthy fats and protein. Like that's been my main goal. So I definitely feel like the heart palpitations that I was dealing with and that sort of thing was definitely coming from being too low carb, having my electrolytes be off, that sort of thing. I did have blood work done and all of my numbers were really good. All my labs were within normal range, so that was a relief. I'm gonna get checked out by the cardiologist. Hopefully all that will be good. But yeah, my weight's coming down. I'm feeling good. It's maybe not going as fast as I would like, but overall, I feel like this is sustainable and I'm doing a good job. So that's my update for the week. My current weight, 271.6 as of my last official weigh-in day on Friday. Feeling good. I'll put all the infographics and everything up on the screen so you can see the progress for the week. But yeah, it was a good week. I'm glad to be back on track. Glad to see the weight going down, and I appreciate so much that you are watching and cheering me on throughout this journey. I've gotten so many lovely comments from all of you, and I can't thank you enough. Knowing that there's someone rooting for me, knowing that there's someone holding me accountable really helps keep me on track. So I'm going to keep sharing this journey every week. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. That really helps out my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!